Thank you for coming to our partner session here. My name is Jae Shin. I'm the Vice President within the KNOX Business Group. So Samsung Enterprise Alliance Program, this is the beginning of the relationship. This is where you start as a partner for Samsung, right? It's a partnership that we would love to foster, and we would like to recruit a lot more partners because you, as a partner, create the solutions that make our devices work well in the enterprise space as well as the consumer space. SEAP program was started about 3 years ago. And in the beginning, it was all about just creating APIs and giving access to our SDKs and giving partners access to Samsung's technical engineers and so forth. In the last 3 years, we've amassed about 1,000 partners. As we continue on our journey of fostering the partnership, we've begun to evolve our SDKs. The first SDK was eSDK. You might be familiar with the SAFE APIs. The SAFE APIs gave really granular control to Samsung devices, and that's when Samsung devices really started taking off into the enterprise space. As we go further down the road, the KNOX Premium SDK provided us a means to secure our device for the highly regulated, the governments, and those who generally want a lot of security. You know, we feel that security should be inherent in the device and that you as a developer should be able to leverage the security as well as put your great solutions on top of. These days, security threats aren't just about somebody stealing your phone and rooting it and hijacking or whatever the case may be. A lot of misplaced phones, a lot of inadvertent, there's a lot of hackers that are really smart these days. They are starting to use charging stations as a way of hacking into your device. So if you ever see a charging station, just be worried that you never know what's behind that wire, right? KNOX Customization SDK is an SDK that we launched this year, and it's very exciting. It gives you the opportunity to create a purpose-built device, which means that any solution that's meant for, let's say, if you wanted to go to a factory and say, hey, I'd like to order a device for myself, they would probably quote you a couple $1 million worth of volume and to create that hardware. With the KNOX customization, you have the opportunity to create your solution and then create a custom binary and use any of our devices from a 2-inch screen to a 12-inch screen to make that a custom device for you. We have the education SDKs. A lot more tablets are going into the education market. And in the future, we're looking to extend our security out into the IoT and the M2M space. And perhaps, today you might be coding and creating solutions for our smartphones and tablets, but who knows, you might be writing for our washing machines and vacuum cleaners and, Lord knows, I need some good application for my washing machine because I don't want any hackers, hacking in and getting my cold water to be hot water, and none of my clothes will be fitting. All right. So we like to, we put partners into a cycle here. When we first onboard a partner, when you first become a member, we assess your needs. We give you a lot of training. We optimize what type of support you need. And not only do we support you in a technical manner, but we like to also take your solution and go to market with them. We have a lot of resellers. We have a lot of distributors out there, and we have a lot of subsidiaries who are looking to showcase your solution so that they may be able to sell the device more to the customers. So let's dive into this. When you first come on board, we assess your needs. It might be just technical answers that you might need or some engineering support. So that the SDK is not just a documentation where you can read through it. If you have any questions, we answer those, and in certain cases, we assign engineers to you so that they may be able to support the specific needs that you have. In terms of sales, like I mentioned before, a lot of the solutions that you create helps us to sell our devices. So there's no reason why we can introduce you to our channels of sales, meaning that the distributors, the carriers out there, so that they could resell your solution as well. Marketing-wise, we invite a lot of our partners into these type of events, like the SDCs, or the Mobile World Congress, or CTIA. If you've ever been to those large Samsung booths, we have partner sections where we invite you as a partner to showcase your solution on our devices in our booth. And in many cases, we actually sponsor your events that you may have. So as far as training goes, there's a lot of material in the SEAP portal website. But we also do a lot of professional webinars about our SDKs, about success stories of other partners. We also have extensive documentation catalog within the site to give you guidelines, guidebooks, white papers. And we also provide you with loaner devices in certain cases that you need to test your application on our devices. In some cases, we also, for the partners who are really close to Samsung, we may even preview devices that are going to hit the market in the next cycle. Enterprise license management is our way of tracking how the solutions are doing in our devices. So they're a very good mechanism to showcase how successful you are as a partner and what we need to do in order to make you more successful if we're not tracking any, if we're not seeing a lot of devices out there with your solution. So when we talk about optimizing for our standard SDK, we look at what you specifically need in order to create your solution. You know, we have over 1,000 APIs, and it could be kind of daunting to see where do you start. Or you might be a lot smarter than I am, you know where to start, but you just need a little more guidance to tweak an API or show you exactly what the configuration is. So in those cases, our engineers are on staff to answer your calls. SJ, the director in charge of SEAP, will be able to support you in many ways. And his staff is always getting inquiries and emails. Help desk, inventory, policy help. You know, we have a lot of knowledge around what other partners have done before, so we can apply that to the new partners that are coming on board. KNOX Premium SDK is sort of what is driving the devices into the enterprise. It gives access to the container APIs as well as the trust zone APIs. So the KNOX Premium SDK you can leverage in order to create unique solutions for enterprise within the container. And as you know, we have attained a lot of certifications in various government. The US DoD, US Department of Defense, NSA, FBI, they're all using KNOX devices today. And we've been certified in the unclassified as well as the classified. We're certified in the United Kingdom, Finland, and common criteria countries that are participating in a joint certification process. So the KNOX customization SDK goes a little further than what our standard and premium SDK goes. As I mentioned before, the customization SDK gives you access to create a custom binary to make a purpose-built device. So an example of that is if you look at Buffalo Wild Wings, if you happen to walk into one of those, they used to have these clunky boxes. And those boxes were used to play bar games, basically, quizzes on the TV monitor. So you compete with other customers or you compete with other locations. They came to us and looked at creating a tablet with the game running on it. Kind of expensive to do a whole purpose-built tablet, but we were able to create a customized binary that allowed the games, the menus, and specials to be featured on the tablet and lock it down. Because if you give a tablet to a regular customer, the first thing they're going to do is, okay, I want to check my Facebook, I want to look at YouTube, I want to look at email. This way, with a customized binary, all the buttons are locked down. There's no way to factory reset. It's all hard-coded into the customized binary. So it's really exciting because this gives you an opportunity to make a device for yourself, right? Education-wise, I kind of envy the students today. I used to carry a backpack full of textbooks that weighed a lot. Nowadays, they just carry a tablet, right? And the tablet contains all necessary information. With things like Google helping students, I think parents get less questions these days, right? Because I taught my 7-year-old how to ask questions and how to type things, because he would always ask me, how do you spell this? How do you spell that? Just click on the mic and talk to it, and it'll show you right in the search list. So he doesn't talk to me anymore. So anyway, so interactive tools. You're able to lock down the screens, remote control for support. There's a lot of APIs that we created that allow you to control the device very granularly. Technical support, when you think about it, the most time spent is the user trying to describe what the problem is. Especially students who can't really describe the problem, you can actually remote control into it and solve the problem right away. Those APIs are all available through the SDK. As I mentioned before, we have many subsidiaries all around the world. Our devices are available in 230 countries. And all those B2B sales teams are looking at ways to how to sell our devices to customers and consumers. But the best way to sell them is to showcase the solutions or the applications that are compelling to the users. Because at the end of the day, it's the applications that drive the need to purchase these devices and to make their lives more efficient and more fun, right? So we have a lot of online collaterals and solution briefs, meaning that if you could, when you join and you go through the process and create these solution briefs, the briefs are not only looked at by other partners, are internal, but all the salespeople, and we actually have an online portal for them to search through them as well. Success cases are very important because we like to replicate things that are successful. And partner locators. When we're looking at a specific partner, a lot of our Samsung employees go in there and look at what region, where the partners are located to find that specific solution. And of course, we've mobilized this as we're Samsung Mobile, and we now have an application for tablets and smartphones. So this is great because every new Samsung employee that comes on board, they're able to access this and showcase to their customers what our devices are capable of doing. Good? Okay. And these solution briefs are great because we carry these solution briefs to all of our marketing events. And at the event, we put them into the Samsung bags and give it to all the customers. So a lot of customers take these brochures or these success stories that you write, and then we get inquiries on who the partner is and how they can get connected with a partner. So your solutions really create that differentiation in our device from any other devices out there. So we, as a program, SEAP, try our best to support you so that you can create solutions that are more that work better on our device, and that leverage all of the APIs that other device manufacturers may not have. So it really allows us to partner with you and to help you make those solutions so that our devices out in the market are really, it really shines, right? It's different than all the other boxes, black boxes I call them, out in the market. So instead of just taking my word for it, today I invited two of our most valuable customers, Mobile Iron and Citrix. It doesn't mean that other partners aren't valuable today. We have two partners coming up here today. So first partner I'd like to bring up is Mobile Iron and Mr. Gregory Lehrer.
Thanks a lot, Jay. Oh, yeah, it works. So we do it in French or in English? I think English is better, especially at this time of the day. So good morning, everyone. My name is Gregory Lehrer. I work in the business development team of Mobile Iron. Here's what I would like to do today. First, I would like to tell you a little bit about the partnership between Mobile Iron and Samsung, how we get there, a little bit of history. Second, I will walk you through some of the product we are co-selling with Samsung around the world and every day. And finally, I'll tell you a little bit more about the exciting things we've been able to do through the Samsung Enterprise Alliance program over the past 2 years. But first things first. Let me tell you a little bit about the partnership. So you remember the year 2007. You remember where you were? For me personally, 2007 is the year I moved to the USA. That means that at the time, my accent was much worse than now, and I was eating my hamburger with a fork and a knife. So more seriously, 2007, do you remember who was the leading device manufacturer? It was Nokia. And in the B2B space, there is only one guy that was running the show. That used to be BlackBerry with this unique feature called push email. Yes, in 2007, push email was a feature that was not on everyone's platform. So guess what? 2007 is the year Mobile Iron was created. We were created based on the assumption that the world would be mobile one day. Everything that we take for granted today is things that our founders thought about this in 2007. So we went from the PC era to the internet era into this mobile-first era today. So we had a lot of partnership in place with Samsung over the years. But when we created Mobile Iron product, our EMM solution, which secure and manage apps, content, and devices, when we looked around us, we saw that Samsung, with a great range of device, different form factor, different price point, we realized that they could really help us to fulfill that vision of a mobile first. And so that is why, as early as 2012, Mobile Iron decided to join the SEAP program, Samsung Enterprise Alliance program, because we thought it would really help us unlock mobile deployment inside the enterprise space. So, you know the KNOX product. I'm not going to walk you through this. But when I mentioned that we had a lot of collaboration and work stream between Mobile Iron and Samsung, whether it is in Santa Clara, the R&D team, or the product group in Korea, when it comes to KNOX, we realized that there was a potential for us. We had our mobile first conference back in June in San Francisco, close to here. We invited 500 of our users, IT managers, IT directors, and we made a survey to them, and we asked them about the state of the Android deployment. So no surprise, 70% of them told us that they have Android deployment in motion. More surprisingly, 55% of them told us that they would end of life their BlackBerry server by the end of the year 2014, in a month and a half from now. So when we saw that, we realized that there was a huge potential for KNOX to unlock Android deployment into the enterprise space, especially in the highly regulated industry, like government, or in the financial services. So that's why, as early as 2013, we put a KNOX SKU, a KNOX workspace, or a KNOX container on our product portfolio. So as of today, my sales guys at Mobile Iron, they are actively selling KNOX. We have a lot of pilots and trials and evaluation going around the world right now, and they all follow the same pattern, which is land and expand. Most of our customers are testing KNOX, and now they're moving to the next phase of large deployment. So you will probably hear about larger deployments coming up in the next few weeks or months when it comes to KNOX and Mobile Iron. So let's talk a little bit about app, because everyone knows that app is a big trend in the industry right now. We know that enterprises are heavily investing into in-house apps and ecosystem partner app. So again, when we did our Mobile First conference back in June in San Francisco, we asked our customer how many in-house apps they were having. We found out that 56 was the average number. 56 in-house apps per enterprise. That's a lot. So when it comes to apps, Mobile Iron has a product called App Connect and the programs that come with it. So App Connect, basically, it's an app management product. It's a portfolio of app management, such as app configuration, app distribution, data encryption, single sign-on, et cetera, et cetera. But basically, another asset of the App Connect product is that it allows enterprise customers to wrap some of the best productivity apps and serve the needs of their internal employees. So on the one hand, you're going to have the App Connect product, and then you've got the KNOX features, and especially the KNOX 2.0 features. And when we talk to Samsung, we look at the benefits of KNOX 2.0 and the benefits of App Connect. We decided to develop a product called App Connect for KNOX, which definitely leverage the security feature of KNOX and help the enterprise deploy and scale large app in the enterprise. So you will hear a lot more about App Connect for KNOX from us in the next few weeks, as this is something that we will emphasize in our partnership with KNOX and Samsung subsidiaries around the world. So let me tell you a little bit now about what we're doing with SEAP from a pure marketing and sales perspective. Like Jay mentioned, SEAP gave us early access to devices, to technical resources. We have a lot of discussion on a daily basis with the KNOX product group and other product group, whether it's in Korea or in the R&D center in Santa Clara. But as well, like he mentioned, we are able to showcase our technology in major industry events. So in Mobile World Congress, we were invited to the main booth of Samsung in Barcelona, where we were able to show our technology to partners, mobile operators, et cetera, et cetera. Similarly, during our Mobile First conference, Samsung sponsored our Mobile First conference back in San Francisco. And we had, for example, Nick Rea from Samsung America on the picture at the bottom, that were doing a presentation to all our attendees and customers, explaining the benefits of Samsung, of KNOX, of all the various differentiations of KNOX, and as well sharing some of his feedback and experiences deploying Samsung Android with various customers. So it was a very interesting discussion and exciting time. So of course, we are able to do a lot of case studies and customer success history with Samsung throughout the SEAP program. So I put a few logo and a few case studies that you can find online. We have more case studies with Samsung, of course, but these ones, for example, were definitely some case study that we were able to work on through SEAP. So I don't know if I was faster than usual or not, because the time machine is not working. But I will be staying at the end of the session if you have any question, whether it's on App Connect for KNOX or how Mobile Iron work. And I thank you for this opportunity, and thanks, Jay, for bringing us on stage today.
Oh, thank you, Greg. Thank you very much. Mr. Gregory Lehrer there. Next round-up is Mr. Chris Fleck from Citrix.
Okay. Thank you, Jay. And thanks for having us here at the event. I'd like to share a couple of our experiences working with Samsung with their partner program, and how that's helped us, and how we think that translates to helping customers, whether you're an enterprise customer in an IT organization or an ISV. And I wanted to share a few of the things that might be able to be relevant for you. How many folks here, if you've been around the industry for a while, you've probably heard of Citrix, but how many think of Citrix as just virtualized Windows or GoToMeeting? probably, right? And that's, those are actually good businesses for us, but we do a lot more than that. And in fact, since our 25-year history, certainly we started in remote access and virtualized Windows, but we also have a huge networking business, like to the tune of $700 million. We're in front of eBay and Amazon and Google and iTunes and a real top list of web properties. Certainly we're a leader in the collaboration space. We also have cloud infrastructure solutions, and our focus now, really looking at what's happening in the world, is the mobilization of businesses, and what that means to us is a mobile workspace. And when we talk about a mobile workspace, what we mean is it's more than just a desktop, or it's more than just a mobile app. It's about workflow transformation. It's about workforce engagement. It's about reinvention, taking paper forms and bringing them onto digital apps. Usually it starts out with just secure email, but when companies really get the benefit of mobilizing their workforce, they really need to go beyond that, and most of them do. And when you put all those things together, that's what we talk about as a mobile workplace. So to provide a mobile workplace, however, it's more than, again, just a secure mobile app. It's about both native mobile, as well as virtual applications. It's about file sharing and file encryption and storage, cloud storage. It's about social collaboration, business social collaboration, not Facebook necessarily, but Facebook was a good example about how employees or users can communicate better, and so we've got offerings there as well. It's about any device, anywhere, any network, and certainly we're here at Samsung and we love their devices, but really you need to be able to look across platforms. So if you're an ISV, for example, and you want to work with us, we've got a pretty good footprint. We've got 300,000 organizations, enterprises that depend on Citrix. We've got more than 600,000 small businesses. We've got 120 million users. And like I said, we're in front of Google. We're in front of all these web properties. So chances are multiple times a day today, you're going to touch a Citrix product, whether you know it or not, because we're brokering all those connections. So why Samsung, and why Samsung and Citrix? And for us, it was certainly an easy choice to look at, who is leading the mobile marketplace today with devices. We love Samsung devices. I got my gear here. We've got lots of devices, but we see more than just the devices. Samsung is truly interested in working with partners like Citrix to be able to provide better solutions for enterprise customers, and we see some of the things they've done with KNOX and some of the other opportunities with Samsung to really be beneficial. So if we look further at KNOX, again, you're probably familiar with that in terms of a dual persona container for a lockdown kind of environment. And so we've built a solution around that a lot of customers are in fact interested in, and provides that not only the secure email scenario, but a lot more than that in terms of the leveraging the APIs and the security policies that are possible. If you look a little further, what we've done is we've integrated our MDM solution with KNOX, and that enables really the full stack of KNOX to be able to leverage those security features, but you can still manage it from your Zen Mobile administration panel. And a lot of our customers find that really appealing, because they don't like a lot of point solutions to be able to have to go out and manage different devices with different administration panels and the learning curve associated with that. So you're able to do that all from that single point of administration. On the right side, you'll see the Enterprise Zen Mobile Edition. And in that case, in fact, we can leverage the KNOX secure boot and the secure hardware platform but we have our own app management and email and some of the secure offerings that enterprises are looking for. We can also provide app wrapping and a app management SDK that further enables applications such as your own, possibly if you're an ISV and you're building an application for business. If you work with us to do that, you're going to basically get yourself in front of a lot of customers that are looking for solutions. Another solution that we work on with Samsung is we call it a mobile desktop or desktop replacement. And certainly what's happening is there are more and more devices and a proliferation of devices, but when you think about it, you may not really need that desktop PC anymore, because in fact, not only the power of the mobile devices, but the fact that you can now dock a mobile device into a large display, because in fact, when you're sitting down and you're at a desktop, you're probably still going to be more productive with a big desktop, with a big display, with a mouse, with a keyboard. But you don't really need that big box under the table anymore. And especially now in more and more companies that are providing mobile office hoteling kind of open work environments where desks are not assigned or there's temporary offices, all you really need is a display there. And what we've done is worked with Samsung to provide a mobile solution that allows you to dock a tablet or a Galaxy 5 even, and yet connect it to a virtual desktop, and you're able to use this solution as if it was a desktop replacement. But then when you're mobile, you've got a mobile application to do effectively what you're best at as you're walking around. So this is an example of something that we're excited about, and we have a lot of customers that are interested in this. Another example here, anybody here from Comply 365? I think there were a few around yesterday. They're a great joint partner for both Citrix and for Samsung. Comply 365 is an ISV that provides compliance applications for organizations, including the airline industry. And what they do with the airline industry is they replace a lot of forms, they replace a lot of the sign-offs that are required before a plane takes off, or when mechanics are doing repairs, or electronic flight bags. So there's a whole series of things that are required to operate an airline. And Comply 365 is a leading ISV that targets that market. But what we're able to do with Comply 365 is do more than just secure their mobile app. So yes, we can secure their mobile app and allow the IT organization of the airline to deliver those applications to their employees and manage them on a per group or per Active Directory group, et cetera. But beyond that, what we've done is provide an SDK so that they could create, in effect, a hybrid application. And what you see here is a screenshot in the middle there of a wheel assembly. And what that screenshot shows is actually a hosted application that's running Autodesk, a CAD animation that will show the airline mechanics how to change the wheels on an airplane. That CAD file and that animation is not available as a local mobile file, but because they were able to tap into basically a Citrix hosted CAD application like Autodesk with this file, their mechanics can now effectively do on-the-job wheel replacement and see exactly what they need to do. And they don't need to go to a different system. They don't need a book full of paper. They can do a much better job of it. And Comply 365 was able to use not only the native mobile elements that we provide for security, but also the hosted Windows components. So we think this is an example of things that other ISVs could do, for example, and/or enterprise developers that are looking for example, taking some legacy Windows application and trying to mobilize it, but providing a better user experience perhaps for some of the local mobile native features that they want to include in the application. So in this case, Comply 365 has done a great example of that, but others can create their own as well. In fact, if you come by our booth, you'll see some examples of that. So sometimes it's because of a legacy app scenario or the files are not available. Other times it's because of compliance requirements, like there's different security levels required for doing transactions versus just viewing, for example. And there's things like that might be relevant. Couple of quotes from 365. Again, they've been great to work with for us as well as with Samsung. In terms of the alliance program that Samsung provides, as Jae has mentioned, it does have a lot of benefits. We've leveraged those benefits as well and appreciate the support that we get there, as well as some of the marketing exposure at MWC and some other places. So we're happy with Samsung and their program, and if you haven't joined, we'd certainly recommend it. And we'd also recommend that you come by our booth or check out our website at developer.citrix.com. You'll find our SDKs. You'll find the ability to do some of the things like Comply 365 has done and others. So thanks for coming out and checking things out.
Thank you. Thank you, Chris. So how many of you are SEAP members today? Great. I should have said how many of you are not. That would have been better. You know, I suggest that you can come and register at samsungmobile.b2b.com. And also, one note is that, you know, we are as proactive as the partners are proactive toward us. So engage us, ask us for support, ask us for marketing support, and we will actively engage with you. So it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. So be in our sites, be active provider of content to us, give us your success stories, give us your solution briefs, and we're very excited to have you as a new member, and for those existing members, let's still keep our partnership going strong. So with that, SJ, has everyone filled out the little card for our lucky draw here? SJ Kim is right now the leader of SEAP program.
Hi everyone, this is Jae Shin, and I hope it's going to be very helpful for you to understand SEAP and join us please, and it's going to have an exciting moment. So thank you for all the information box. We have 3 prizes today, 2 for Galaxy Gear Circle, and then 1 for the nice tablet, Galaxy Tablet S. So let me ask Jae to pick up 2 for the Galaxy Gear Circle first.
Circle?
Yeah.
All right. Everyone know what Galaxy Circle is? No?
2
Okay.
first.
All right. I'll pick 1 first here.
Yeah, if there's any Samsung employee, you are not allowed to join. It's for partner only, my client.
All right,
my
here you go.
client. Okay, let me get. I call the number 506. 506. Okay. You bring that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, bring. Okay. Last time. It's a bring time. Okay, bring. Is there 5 or 6?
저기 빨간-
Okay, come up, please.
빨간 티셔츠. Yep.
5 or 6?
No. Yeah. Oh, here.
Can you? Okay. Can you come up here?
Yeah.
Come up here. Yeah. Jae.
All right. Here's our.
Let me get that. Okay. Okay, 5 or 6.
There you go.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Another one
Jeez.
for Galaxy.
Any more? All right, one more. Here we go. Galaxy Circle. Galaxy Circle is actually our Bluetooth-enabled headset that actually allows a magnetic enclosure so that it just stays on your neck. But it also does a lot of. You want me to say this? Who this
You
is?
can number. You can call the number.
Number?
Yeah.
Why don't I just say Scott Golden, 000762. Is it the last? Oh, there you go.
Can you come up?
Well, thank you very much.
Oh, you have the number?
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
I can join my ID.
Okay. Yeah.
All right,
Because,
here's the
Last one.
Yeah, Galaxy Tab S. Here we go. It's my everyday device. Andy from Rewind Labs.
Wow, wow, congratulations. Come on.
We definitely heard the yes on that one. Oh. Andy, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Smiling grin. All
There you go.
right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your time. That's all we have today. But please, come by our SEAP booth and talk to us about how to become a member. If you are a member, how do we do more partnerships? Thank you.
Thank you so much.